Okay. Finally. Sit down, relax, talk a little bit. What are we drinking on over there?
I got a whiskey sour.
Whiskey sour?
Yeah.
Classic whiskey sour. So you mixed two drinks together.
Yeah, so you got some, it's
That
like,
does not
You have to creep up a little bit more on that.
oh yeah?
Yeah, there you go. Or you can move it back if you'd rather sit back a little bit. That's fine.
How's that?
That sounds a little bit better.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you got some lemon juice and simple syrup mixed in this guy right here. And then you mix equal parts of this and some whiskey. You get a good whiskey sour.
Whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Have you been a bartender?
Bar back.
Bar back.
Yeah, I used to be a bar back down at a Boatworks back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I bartended a little at the theater.
At the theater when they needed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't making whiskey sours.
Get back behind that bar. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
A little more simple.
Yeah.
A little more simple there.
PBR, Bud Light.
And most people just want a PBR anyways because it's cheaper.
Exactly.
When I go to the bar though, I have to start out with something like a Bud Light or something a little bit better, and then you kind of get that buzz going a little bit. And you're like, yeah, give me the PBR.
It's like you don't even care.
Yeah, I don't care no more. I can't really taste it anymore. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
So I guess we go around the table here, introduce ourselves here, and we have
I'm Tanner.
Tanner,
I'm Brendan.
Brendan,
And I'm Olivia.
and we are part of
Oh,
TK?
Yeah.
Oh.
TK,
Keg.
Tiger Keg,
TK
Yeah.
International?
TK International. Huh? We're going worldwide, guys. That's cool. And so so you guys basically put on like house shows?
Yeah, so we'll invite, local bands, either from, West Michigan, sometimes over on the east side we'll get some bands, and we'll just have them come play in our basement. And
Right.
yeah, people turn out, and it's like a good old time. Very lo-fi DIY kind of aspect.
Right.
So obviously the production value of playing at a venue is not there, but it's a little
Right.
bit more
Intimate.
intimate and raw, which I really like.
And so you got like a PA down there, but just for like vocals and stuff like that. Is that kind of thing that you got going?
Yeah.
Right.
Or
You don't
like
need
these-
that. You don't need everything mic'd up when you're playing in a basement. You know.
Yeah, I don't think you really
Have you
need
ever
to-
had people come and be like, "Where's the mic and everything up?" Or
No. No, I don't think I've ever had anybody ask to mic the kit. Which
It's all concrete down there, so the
Right.
sound just reflects everywhere.
yes,
Oh yeah.
Reverberates.
yes, definitely. But once you get the bodies in there, then it's not as echoey as when it's just you down there. Hello.
Oh yeah. 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 When you get a lot of people down there too, it gets really hot, really sweaty.
Oh yeah.
I think I forgot. It was maybe like 60, maybe a little bit more when we had a band called Greet Death play at our house the summer before COVID. We had like 60, 70 people in our house, and that was just
Oh, wow.
Yeah, insane. And Tanner was like standing up by the band with a box fan, just
Yeah,
like
the crowd is
going
so
like
packed
that.
and hot. and,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just painful to be down there. I took the box fan and I was just oscillating.
You were the oscillating fan for the night,
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Everyone was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, at that point, you're looking for any sort of breeze, and you get those. But you get so you get those diehards that come. And they'll sit down there. They'll sit in the sweat. They don't care.
Oh yeah.
They just want to hear the bands.
Yeah. Definitely.
So what kind of music are you guys typically having play?
Typically, I think, well, what characterizes the local scene, would you say? I feel like we've had a lot of punk shows
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and like shoegaze. That's the upcoming show is going to be like primarily a shoegaze show.
Okay.
Yeah. What
And
else?
how would you describe shoegaze? Shoegaze.
Makes you want to
Shoegaze.
gaze in your
Shoegaze.
shoes.
Yeah.
It makes you want to
It's gonna
gaze.
zone out.
Okay, all right.
It's
Yep.
like very effects pedal driven.
All right.
Yeah,
Guitar
very
players
loud.
Look down
too.
at their pedal boards all the time. So
Okay.
Yeah.
they
Do you know
call
the
them
band?
shoegazers.
Do you know the band like My Bloody Valentine?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Alright.
they're pretty
Classic
shoegazy.
Yeah.
Or Cocktail Twins.
Yeah.
They were more.
Makes you just want to stare at your shoes.
Yeah, man.
You want to just vibe.
Stand down,
Right.
stare down at your chucks, and just vibe out.
Cry a little bit.
Oh, mine are about the whole sole on the bottom is coming off. It's like talking to me as I walk now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my shoes are holy.
Holy, yes.
Oh man, I just
Holy,
got some
holy,
new
holy.
chucks, and like they're so stiff.
You gotta
and,
break them in.
Oh yeah, like they're irritating my legs and all of that. Just
Yeah.
that new chuck feel.
Any new shoe that you typically get, there's like that break-in period where you just gotta tough through it.
Oh, yeah.
Your feet hurt every day after you get home from work or whatever you were doing. It's just like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids are loud up there. They like to run around, but it doesn't get picked up in here.
I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah,
Oh, you were looking up. I thought there was right when they were running by.
I heard some thumping. I was like, yep. What's going
I
on?
just like these pop.
You ever have like one of those moments where it's like you hear something, or I guess you can see something farther, and people and like everyone around you's like, no, I didn't hear that. And you're just like, man, can I just hear better than everybody else?
Yes.
Am I crazy? Do I have supersonic hearing?
Yeah,
You
right.
question your sanity. You're like, am I just losing it?
Yeah.
Like,
But at the time though, yeah, I'm just like, I've definitely heard that. No.
yeah.
Yeah, I like those moments, and you just feel like, or like if you had like one of your eyes, you may know somebody like that where they have like one of their eyes is like, let's say like 20/40 or something, where they have like one eye can see a little bit farther.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's
Is
me.
that you?
That's-
See?
That's why I
You
wear
are-
these guys.
So
Yeah.
one kind of like brings it back in, one of your lenses, and the other lens is just kind of not doing anything, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Also, these are also for like a what's it called?
Astigmatism.
Astigmatism. Thank you. But yeah, one of my eyes is just way more strong than the other one. It's weird.
That would be weird to
Yeah.
like look through your eyes
Yeah.
just to see that. Wouldn't it?
I think it would.
Yeah.
I see life through Brendan's eyes.
I've worn your glasses before. Tried to walk around with them. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. And they're not
Sucks,
even
yeah,
that
one
strong of
eye.
a prescription. They're pretty weak.
Yeah,
but
yours. It's just like
Well, the one
the
eye.
slightest change
yeah.
when I put them on.
Well, it's
Yeah.
even when you try to walk around with one eye, it's like, oh, I hit everything along the way. So then you got one of your eyes all screwed up because it's not for you. Yeah, it's gonna mess up
Oh yeah, man.
big time. So what do you? So what is like? Each of you guys like have like a responsibility as part of like Tiger Keg, or you guys just kind of this is the thing that you three just said, you know what, this is what we're gonna start up. We're just gonna start putting on shows. We're gonna call ourselves Tiger Keg.
Well, there's a fourth person.
Okay,
Eric
yeah,
Bennett.
okay, yeah, oh yeah, that is right. You did say there was 4.
Yeah.
I guess should we start like the Big Rapids house shows or whatever? And because I feel like
Oh yeah.
our doing
Yeah,
house
a
shows
little bit of
Tech kind
history.
evolved from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we can
so-
start with that.
Okay. So yeah, back when I was up at Ferris, I would throw house shows up there, just because there really was not like a good music scene up there. I mean, the only things that were really going on were you could go to some dive bar that was playing just generic kind of music. You could go to a frat house and deal with a frat.
Right.
Piano Man, probably.
Yeah. Or you could come to my place and, listen to some local bands, bands from all around Michigan. Some bands came in from, Illinois. And yeah, I mean,
Okay.
people really liked it.
I played almost all of those shows.
I think so, yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Let's move that mic a little closer to you too, or you can scoot up, whichever.
Hello.
There.
But yeah, so that's kind of how I got into throwing house shows. And then I moved down here and got the job at the theater and still liked doing house shows. So when I moved in with Tanner and Eric, I was like, hey, you guys want to do like house shows? Have random people come to our house?
Right.
And they're like all for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you seen the basement, and you're like, yeah, we could totally
Oh,
do
yeah.
this here.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, if you're under if you're over 6 foot, you're gonna have a hard time. But like,
It's like when I'm
There-
standing straight up on there, the ceiling's like here, or
Yeah.
like where the wood.
Oh, where the
Just
wood
come
comes
down.
down. Yeah, almost to the point
The
where you'd have to walk
rafters.
through the rafters, like in the middle part.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no jumping
stand
allowed.
here. Yeah, then you can stand straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
And then I moved in and inherited the Tiger Keg legacy.
Ah, so you
Yeah.
kind of moved in. You're like, oh, well, I'm automatically, I'm going into this
Yeah.
here.
I knew what I was getting into, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Especially if something's already going on. You're like, I'm gonna live there. Okay. Yeah, this is what
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing.
It's part of the appeal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many people are into doing that, so.
So how many shows are you guys trying to like do?
you know, COVID definitely threw like a wrench in everything.
Oh, for sure.
And this is our second show since things started to, open up.
What's the date?
August 13th.
August
It's
13th.
Friday. Yeah,
Friday.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm very intentional with those kind of things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm like, if we're doing a Friday the 13th show, we have to do shoegaze or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're kind of just taking it like one step at a time. We'll get one show down and then, all right, this one went well. Everyone, stayed pretty healthy and no one got sick. So, okay, we can plan the next one. So it's kind of, you got to keep, I guess you got to keep your mind on like how things are going with like COVID right now.
Right.
Because I don't want to throw a show and everyone end up getting like sick. So yeah, it's just kind of do one show, see how it goes, and then plan the next one.
Yeah. Well, that's all you can do is just see how it goes. I mean, are you planning on like doing like screening and all that at your show, or like? I mean, I personally, for me, I think it's just let's just move along, and we'll, if something happens, well, then that's just the way it ended up. Just move along as normal. Let's try to, if you want to wear your mask, wear your mask. If you're vaccinated, you're vaccinated. If you're not, you're not. I'm not here to judge you or whatever you want to do. But until we just start taking those steps of, yeah, we're going to do a show, and we're going to have fun, we'll just be sitting here with our hands on our, under our pants, just like, do I do the show or not? What about the implications of doing this show? Well, we just got to do them.
Yeah.
I think so. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Just do them. We went to Upheaval Festival in Grand Rapids last weekend, I think it was, or weekend before, and I was just like, I was so happy, like just to be back around people and music and just the whole vibe again.
Satisfy that itch.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it does. Like there's you've seen like a couple things about COVID coming in. You always got your reminders there, and they had sanitizers and all that out, which was gonna forever remind me of COVID times, having all these sanitizer stations
Oh,
out
yeah,
because they
dude.
never were before.
Yeah.
They never,
And
which is
they're
a
never
good
gonna be.
idea. Keep them,
Yeah,
keep
for
them there.
Public health, man.
Exactly, but nobody really ever cared before. But other than that, it was just like it's normal. This is normal.
Yeah.
This is what normal's supposed to be, at least for my life. This is what normal's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I kind of got that vibe with the first open mic that happened at the theater a
Yep.
couple weeks ago.
Yep.
That was like crazy. I mean, I don't know the numbers on it, but I think there were like maybe 100 or so people there. And I mean, it felt good, and it just felt like, kind of a return to normal, and like, this is what shows are like. This is
Yeah.
what a show is. I completely forgot. Went a whole year without it.
And just the normalcy of a place that you're used to being at,
Yeah.
and used to seeing people at, and used to
Yeah.
hearing music at. Like, okay, this is 2019.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can resume.
Yeah, let's resume, what we were trying to do, but it's so hard to pick that up and continue to resume. That's why a lot of people just, I'm done. A lot of people might have found other passions during,
During quarantine?
during
Yeah.
quarantine. I started this during quarantine, I mean,
Really cool.
it's like, opened up a lot of doors for a lot of people, shut a lot of doors for a lot of people, but it's still really hard to like, okay, I had this thing, even as bands, you know, like say you started in 2018 and 2019, you know, at the end, you're like, yo, all right, we're starting to pick up steam, guys. This is sweet. You know, 2020 is going to be our year. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, and it felt like there's
For
a
a
lot,
year and a half, basically.
there was like a lot of pressure put on bands. I feel like during like that whole quarantine, because it's like, all right, now like I should, you know, be making music. I should be recording something, but it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to get together, and now everybody has like means to record themselves like separately and all of that. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I definitely see what you mean by like, you know, things kind of like fizzling out for some people, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I was so glad my band was done before before all that happened.
Yeah.
So I was like, "This is great, like perfect timing."
Exactly. Nice.
Yeah, first I was sour, and then I was sweet about it.
When did you
Yeah.
all end again?
What's that?
When did you guys like end things?
I think it was August of 2019.
Okay.
I think is what it was.
Okay.
What was the name of the group?
Death Abides.
Death Abides.
Yeah, we played metal. Played at
Yeah.
the park a couple times.
Yeah.
Then we were supposed to play there for one show, and that's when the band ended, and then I had to fill it with Jesse's band out here with Hold the Blood.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then they ended up playing that show. But yeah, I was just like, well, I don't have to worry about any of that. They are like, everybody is screwed right now. And like how I would have been feeling being in a band, like picking up steam, because that would have been basically our case. We were a band for like 2 years, and then it fizzled out, but we were planning on 2020. We were going to try to take a big step in, you know, releasing another album and trying to play, you know, a lot more shows, and so it would have been crushing
Yeah.
to have that happen.
Yeah.
And I know it was for a lot of people, even venue owners and people that lost their venues and just lost their will to live. Let's
Yeah.
not forget that.
Yeah, let's not forget.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
how many people were stuck in their house and realized their husband was a fucking asshole?
Oh, exactly.
You know, or maybe their roommates. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Or the person inside their head.
the other person inside their own head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's
It
crazy.
was like a real wake up call
Exactly. And
for a lot of people.
I mean,
Except I think the vast majority of America didn't get the wake up call, really.
not at all.
Maybe chipped at the old block a little bit, but that's about it. 'Cause if anything, we're more divided than ever after all
It
this.
feels
Oh,
like it.
man. Yeah.
We've all been in our little bubbles consuming our personalized social media experiences or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to have Facebook and all that. But you have to if you want to do anything like run a promotional company, bring bands
Exactly.
to your, run a podcast, do anything, music, art, photography. But you can't just start a website and then be like, well, I hope people come to it.
Exactly.
Here's my card.
Yeah, here's my card. You're passing them out. You could do that way. You could try doing the old school.
The old analog way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tell your friends.
tell your friends, tell them all.
I mean,
Tell them Sammy sent you. To the website.
bands
To the
have done-
website. I see the counter live. I'll be watching.
bands have like done shows before social media.
Right.
Yeah, how did they do that? Just kidding.
Like,
Because there wasn't social media, so everybody
Exactly.
walked out of their fucking
Oh,
house
yeah, that's
more.
right.
Yeah.
Slap some posters.
Yeah, and they would see those posters that are still being slapped up in convenience stores and stuff like that, or on telephone poles, you know, or handing them out.
Yeah.
School, you know, don't forget when you're in school at lunchroom, be passing them out. Hey, man.
yeah,
Your
Flyers.
mixtape.
Yeah, the mixtapes,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah,
Giving
go-
it to this person you wanted to be your girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, here's a mixtape. Actual tapes, too.
Oh yeah.
You know, I still remember having to listen to the radio and then be like, oh, here it is, play and record, bam, at the same time. And then that one time you forget to hit the record and it's just play. You're like, son, now I gotta listen to the radio station until it comes back on again, that song I want to record.
When will that be?
Yeah, when will it be? Who knows?
You gotta call it in.
All sides, yeah, you gotta call it in, right? Hopefully somebody's not on the internet. You gotta boot them off. Man, that's what I mean. So that's you have to have a social media presence.
Exactly.
And I was
yeah.
just saying before the podcast to Jesse, I was like, it's hard to run multiple social medias. It's hard to be active on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't even have one, but Twitter, TikTok.
Oh, yeah,
now,
TikTok, dude.
Now everybody says you have to have a TikTok.
What?
You have to. As I had comments on the YouTube videos of the abandoned building stuff that we do, and they're like, you got to make a TikTok. I'm like,
Man, is TikTok the next YouTube? That's where everything.
That's
like,
actually really interesting because
video is gonna be.
Basically, Vine reborn, isn't it?
yeah, it's, there's a company
Basically.
called Halix. It's just kind of like a music business.
Halix? How do you spell it?
Halix, I think it's
Can you try to look it up, Jesse? Halix?
Halix. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, they just released some article about how the majority of new bands, the way they're being discovered, is through TikTok.
Oh, okay. So Halix
Too.
TikTok, I guess you could search. But so they're saying more and more bands are just being discovered through TikTok. So
Yeah.
so basically, is it like getting your song being shared through TikToks,
Oh.
Yeah.
or is it them themselves on TikTok?
I think it's
part of-
probably a combination of both because there's a band called Nothing. They're a shoegaze band from California.
Philadelphia.
Did you hear that?
I don't know.
Was it a shoegaze band? Is that what you said?
It's like heavy.
Yeah,
shoegaze.
Where are they from?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nowhere.
But the reason they're so popular is because
You're
I
right.
guess they had some video that went viral on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then people swiped whatever way it is on TikTok, and then you can see more of your TikToks that you've done, and then maybe to just get popular that way. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not even Vine. There's nothing like Vine. Vine was 6 seconds. That's it, bitch. You
Yeah.
better be funny in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? like TikToks, you can go up to like I think a minute.
Yeah.
And like same thing with like Instagram Reels, which is basically Instagram's TikTok.
Yeah.
Right.
I never messed with that.
And
Neither.
I did, and it's surprising as hell. Like I put out a Instagram Reel, and it was like 5 minutes later, I got a notification. It was like, your reel has over 1,000 views. I was like,
What?
whoa, dude.
Dang.
And then it went up to like 1,400 or something, and then it just kind of fizzles out.
Okay.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's like maybe one of those reels that got that high. Maybe if it was, I don't know, I just would have done something else in the video to keep the viewer there. Maybe it would have gotten more shares, and then that's how it happens. I don't know, but yeah, it's like I'm like, what the hell is this? And then you got to use the proper hashtags. There's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I can see why there is like we have a position at the place I work at. One of them is social media specialist,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you have to know those like algorithms,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you get into like larger.
But don't you
like,
think that's messed up
businesses.
though?
Yeah.
That we have to figure out algorithms
Yeah.
to get our shit out there.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't
You
even
know?
know, man.
It's like, why are you pushing my post down? Due to some algorithm.
Yeah, or then you gotta pay for like ads or boosted posts on like Facebook or Instagram.
And then you got half
Something like
half
that.
the people saying, "Oh, it's all bullshit. It doesn't do anything for you." And then you got another half. Well, I had Michael Glover come in here. He runs Haunted Acres, which is a haunted house type attraction with a haunted maze
Okay.
and stuff up in Stony Lake, right, Jesse?
Yeah, New Era.
New Era. And he's like, he swears by it. He's like, no, Facebook ads, I had my best year. I just started paying for stuff on, ads for his, Haunted Acres through Facebook ads. And he's like, I had my best year ever doing that. And like, this is something like this dude's like, survives on. Like, this is like main, those people, right, Jesse? This is his main moneymaker, right?
It is now.
It is
When
now.
He first started, it wasn't. But
When he first
after,
started.
after 5 years or so, he's focused on just that now.
Right. I thought he said that too. Yeah. Yeah. So like, this is his main thing now. Is the haunt every year? So yeah. He said he worked out great. So you know, do you pay? Do you don't pay? It's, you know, do you want people to show up to your show? You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
you gotta be on.
Yes.
You gotta be active, and then you have to post,
Right.
like, 2 times a day,
Mm-hmm.
or 3 times,
It
or
has to be interesting too.
it has to be an interesting post.
Yeah.
So then you have to think about it.
Yeah. There's so much noise. There's so much noise on Facebook.
gotta
and
stick
Instagram.
out.
Exactly.
Yeah, make sure their subconscious picks that up.
My
You gotta
most
make more noise.
My most successful post ever was on my own profile. I had posted a meme, and it was the ball dropping. And it said 3, 2, 1, and then on the bottom was Michael Jordan crying. It said rent's due. I got like over 3,000 or 4,000 shares on it. You know, I'm like, this is crazy. I was telling them, I'm like, holy shit, look it.
Yeah.
You know, you felt like a rock star for a couple days, but yeah, I'm like, I don't even know how that. Just one couple people share it. That's why, you know, people. And we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of just mindless scrolling. Like, oh, that was funny.
yeah.
Oh, that was funny. You're just scrolling.
Yeah.
Share.
Just
People, you
waiting for
gotta
that
share.
dopamine rush.
Yeah, yeah, you do, and you kind of just get enthralled in it. You're like, I want more. I want
Yeah.
more.
And meanwhile, every 4 posts you're seeing an advertisement too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Who
Yeah.
knows what?
I'm one of those too that I'll go click on it and be like, don't see this ad again. But yeah, the sharing is absolutely critical for people, like fans, like, you know, people that want to support you. Like, share it, please. Just share it. I don't even care if you say anything about it. Just share it so somebody else sees it. Then your whole profile of friends sees it, and then somebody else in your however many friends you got, 5, 7, or 700, 4,000, like, oh, that's cool. Share it.
Right.
I don't even think likes and I don't think engagements like that are important. I think it's commenting, or it's sharing first and then commenting. Because
Well-
comments keep you active and keep it bumping up in the feed.
Oh.
And their friends will
something's-
see that they've commented too.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like your friends see if you like something too, right? Because I think if something's more liked, then you're more likely to see it. I'm not
They
on
do.
Facebook anymore, so I'm not even sure.
Now it's more,
The
they've
layout.
transitioned to following.
Okay.
So now you pretty much, especially if like a page has been like updated, say, because I got a notification that said to go to update your page, basically. Your pages have been updated.
Yeah.
And now it's just a follow button. So now you follow them right away. You don't like it, you just follow. So then you can kind of tell when a page hasn't really updated yet because it's still got the like button there. But yeah, mine, I believe it's just follow now. And then you got to try to talk people into making it like favorites on their follows, so then they see it
Yeah.
first in their feed.
Yeah. And
so
then
much.
speaking on the sharing something so then all your friends see the people on your friends list see it. I mean,
Right.
there's a lot of people on your friends list. If you have a lot of people, they probably won't see it if you don't really interact with them. Because I remember, like, I haven't seen a post from, like, let's say somebody in high school in, like, ever. So
Twist, yeah.
I would go to, like, their profile, like, see what they're up to, and then, a couple days later, I'll start seeing their posts. So it's pretty much like your whole friends list. They won't see your posts unless they're actively, like, going to your page first
Or messaging.
or messaging or like already interacting with the post that you already have made.
Right.
So that's
Like,
a whole other
I'm sure,
aspect.
like, have you ever noticed, like you're talking with somebody that you don't often talk to on Messenger for a lot, like maybe, like the past week or so you've been messaging a lot, then all of a sudden you start seeing more of their posts.
Yeah.
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 The algorithm
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah, it's
There
like,
you go. You
It's
like
just
it.
predicting
should
your
I?
behavior.
It's like, should I just be messaging everybody on my list once in a while? I was like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up?
Confuse the
Yeah.
brain.
Feeding the algorithm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so then they all starting to see my posts, and then they'll like my shit
Yeah.
or share it. Nothing's worse than like you think you got like say you took like this awesome video from your show. You post it, you're like, this is great, and it's got like 22 views in 24 hours. You're like, what the fuck happened here?
I feel like that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's awesome. 22 people saw this post.
That's like a room full
You're
of
like,
people.
yes,
I'm
yes.
so popular.
But sometimes you're just like, I tagged this, I tagged that, I had this person share it. Like 22.
I should get at
all
least
this
70.
work. Yeah, 70. Please. It's a little more respectable number. Somebody else can see this.
Yeah.
22 views. And that's why these paid sites, so you can pay a certain amount of money to have this service that supposedly real people will go and like watch your stuff, or they'll like you can pay like $5 and you'll get like 500 views on your YouTube, or you can pay
Oh, yeah,
like
those.
$3 and you can get like
1,000 Instagram followers. I remember
Yes.
seeing those
Yeah.
things.
now
Yeah.
followers. That's gonna just totally destroy you if you pay for followers or you pay for likes. Like that's gonna destroy your algorithm for your page.
Oh yeah.
Because now you got all these people that liked it that are either bots or they don't care.
Right.
And they
have
will
one-
never interact with your shit.
Yeah.
And Facebook algorithm's gonna be like, let's show this to the bots. You know what I mean?
Your only audience is bots. Oh.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
like 4.3 thousand followers on Instagram, and then you have a show coming up, and you got like one person named Dave and
That
that's
liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said, I'll be there, bro.
And you look at their page and they have one picture and it's like, please follow, please like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're real, aren't you?
Yeah. But that will definitely destroy your shit.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm so bad at social media.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, because we had in Death Abides our bassist we had before Skylang was Kenny Herrick, and he went through. And like I like this dude still to this day, but he went through and he started spamming people to like our page, and I'm like. One day after work, I was like, guys, you see all those likes we got today? I was like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, yada, yada, yada. Was it this post? Was it this song? Whatever. What, wonder what it was. Why all these people are like, and then Kenny's like, yeah, well, I just started adding people and telling them to like the page, and then I just delete them after. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? He's like, well, exactly. And I'm like, dude, no.
You can't cheat.
You gotta stop. He's like, well, I was just trying to help out. I'm like, no, that's not helping. That is just fucking up everything that we were working for here on this page. You want it to be organic. Like I would rather go to a page. I'm sure you would too, as a promoter or somebody trying to book a band. I'd rather see you have like 200 likes and like 50 to 75 reacts on your posts.
Oh yeah.
Then go to a page that has 5,000 followers and has like 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't even look at followers anymore. I look at how much you're getting on your engagement.
Yeah. You want to make sure that people like
If people like
the
it.
band,
Exactly.
like music. I mean, you can follow a page, but I mean, like as we were just saying, we don't know if those are real followers.
Yeah.
And also, it could just be like, all right, I'm liking this page just because I can support this band, but I'm not gonna. That's as much as I'm gonna do.
Yes.
Just gonna follow their page, and that's it.
I would almost rather you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like just don't like my page if you just well, here's for some support, man. Cool. It used to mean something. Likes used to mean like, yeah, that's what you wanted. But that was like 8 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know.
Yeah. How
That's
long
what
has it been? So much. It's been so long.
Well, I was trying to
So
think in my previous band before Death Abides was just a 2-piece in Bay City over by Saginaw.
long. Yeah.
And I remember it being a big thing then, and that was like 2013. I remember it being a big thing about people like paying for likes and shit. And like people getting mad about, oh, they pay for their likes on their page. I'm like, what? Really? You can do that? What the hell? I wonder how much it costs. You know, like what the hell is this? I never heard of it. But that's when I first started hearing about it. Yeah, paying for likes and shit. But now, like, and I went and I investigated it and I did it. I did it one time, and you can see it on my page. It's so fucking obvious because I went and some guy commented it on one of my videos, and they're like, "Great content, keep it coming, but you should go here to help promote it." So I went there. I was looking at it, and it's all real people, blah 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 blah. I'm reading it. I'm like, whatever, $10. Let's see what it does. So I did for views on a certain video. You can pick like just a certain video in your profile, right? And you just go to views. Dude, that shit shot up, man. It was like, it got up to like 650 some views. I was like, holy shit, it worked. And then a day later, I went and checked my analytics, and it brought my retention of the video down to 30 seconds.
They clicked and clicked away.
Yes,
Oh,
they got
no.
the view and then clicked off it.
Wow.
So I can see that there's people actually doing this because they're probably getting paid too.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting paid to go through, like, and watch this shit. They get sent to them on their phone, kind of like you ever heard of like Google Rewards?
I think I've heard of that.
And you would answer survey questions, and you'd
Oh,
get like
yeah.
25 cents for one or 50 cents for one, and it'd add up.
Okay.
Yeah. I could see that being the same thing. They're being sent these videos. Okay, watch this one. But yeah, they brought it right down. So they're all just watched 30 seconds. All right, done. Got my
Yeah.
25 cents or whatever
Right.
they needed or got.
See, I was picturing like a call center where there's a room full of people at like a huge table, and they're all at computers or they're all at their phone.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, here's the
That's what I
videos you have to
envisioned
watch
too.
all day. And
Oh,
just-
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They're going through it and they're like, and then they just stop and watch one for too long. Look, you watched
Yeah.
that too long. What?
You watched that for 32 seconds.
Yeah, 32. 2 seconds over, bitch. You're done.
So just
Move along. Man, what a job, right?
Yeah, that would.
That would be.
You just run
I
into
think
so many
soul-crushing
videos.
A little bit.
Yeah, you'd run into after you left work, you'd have like this playlist of shit like you said you were gonna watch. You're like, oh, I'm gonna rewatch this. This one looked like it's gonna be good, man.
Add to my watch later.
Yeah, watch later. Your watch later is like thousands long. Like, I'll never get to all this shit.
Yeah. I think mine has one in it.
One.
I've never.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need to push watch later. I usually watch it right there.
Yeah, I like. I use my watch later more like I guess I used it exactly what it was intended for. Because I'd be like
Very
watching
good.
something, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna need to watch that later, or for something like I'm hooking something up. Bam, put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I got other playlists for other shit too. You guys got a lot of playlists for your YouTube.
I used to have playlists full of music, but now I just have moved to Spotify, like
Spotify?
exclusively.
You got-
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spotify train too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got a bunch of playlists on there, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making your own. I hate going through just the liked songs, and you're like, you're in a certain mood. You're like, I want metal today. Let's just say I want metal, and then you keep getting these like rap songs that you like mixed in. You're like, no, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta literally sit there and craft your playlist. I feel like I'm on an iPod when I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, I remember making playlists on the iPod.
Yep.
So
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
have one. I didn't have an iPod. I borrowed my wife's iPod. So we've been
There you
together.
go.
We've been together since I was a freshman. She was a sophomore.
Okay.
So I just used her iPod. She had one.
Nice. What iPod?
Was it the 64 gig that was the big one back then?
Classic.
Oh, the big chunky one.
It was like probably about that wide.
Okay.
Not that big.
Yeah, I think that's the iPod Classic.
Something like that. I don't know.
I had the
Okay.
Mini, which was like really thick.
Oh.
But like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did end up getting one of those from somebody for free a long time ago, and then now I was still using MP3s, so I was like, cool, I'll just put it on there. It works.
I found my iPod Nano. Remember
Mm.
those guys? Like, that big, that wide.
Colored.
I think they came in different colors. Mine was like silver or something. and
That
it
might
had,
have
like,
been the one I
It
had.
had like the rolling like wheel in the center.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, I can't even remember when I got that, but I charged it up and it still works. That's insane.
But did you guys did you ever own Walkmans?
Walkmans?
No.
No, I was a big CD player guy though. I never had an MP3 player, but
No.
I had a butt.
You had the CD player?
I still have them.
Wasn't
like
the
portable
worst.
one.
Yeah, it wasn't
The
the
battery
portable
would
one.
always die.
Or when you're walking to like,
Skip.
I'd be walking to school. Yeah, it skips.
Oh,
The
yeah.
skipping. I'd be trying to listen to Slipknot, and I'm like, this ain't working. These skips are totally throwing the whole shit off.
And I remember one day going to school like with my whole like binder full of CDs to listen to like in art class. Like it was like
Yeah,
looking through the
everybody
CDs
had the
and-
big binder, especially when you once you got your car, you'd be like, "Yo,
Oh, yeah.
go through that binder. What we listening to, man?"
Still to this day, my
Look,
car's
look
from
how
1990. No, wait, 1999. So yeah,
99.
CDs is what I'm reduced to.
You guys want to smoke a joint?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, CDs, man. You go through the whole binder. It was like a. It's kind of like what weed is for me. It's like a ritual thing.
Okay.
Like, I like to break the weed up, pack it in a bowl, or put it in a joint, smoke the weed.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing.
Yeah.
So CDs would be like, you get the CD thing out, you go through them all once.
Yeah.
You go through them all one time. You're like, okay, I gotta see everything that I got again, because I forgot. I
Yeah.
got so many CDs, I forgot what I got.
It's about the experience now.
Yeah, you'd be going through, you'd be like, Eve 6. What the fuck? Who gave me that CD? I didn't buy that. Put it on. Yeah, man. I just, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of on that train right now because I was just thinking about the old days. Like, it was really weird. Well, not weird, but random. It was last night. Right before I was going to bed, I had a best friend that shot and killed himself. And this was like 6 years ago now.
Okay.
It was like the year that we moved here. Like, we were in our new apartment and everything, and then I seen the news and I thought it was a big joke. I was like, no way, because that's the way this guy was. Like, he would have went along with it. And no, it turned out to be true. Well, his mom messaged me last night. She's like, "Oh, this popped in my timeline, you know." And I was like, "Oh, that's random," because we don't really talk all the time. And so then I started thinking about like the old days and shit,
Yeah.
hanging out with him. Like, man, old days, dude. Sometimes I wish I could go back. That's what I said to her. I was like, but I do miss the days of you yelling at us for smoking pot and eating all your fucking food. She'd be sitting out in the living room. She'd be like, "Guy go there smoking pot and eating all my food." And I got real fucking nervous. I'm like, "Dude, should we go?" And they're like, "No." She's like that all the time. I'm like, okay.
Is she gonna tell my mom? Oh, no, I gotta get out of here.
No, I gotta go. They're like, "Dude, you'll be fine."
That was always my worst fear, that my when I started smoking weed, that my friends' parents would somehow find out and tell my parents,
Oh,
and then I
right.
would have to die. Like, I would just be done.
Yeah, because you think
Would be over.
at your friends or with your friends anywhere away from your family or your house, like, you're good. You're like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
I can be a shithead. I can fucking smoke pot. Nobody fucking cares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as soon as they catch, you're like, oh shit.
It's like, goodbye.
And dude, like, back, like, well, when I was a kid, that was still like when moms and stuff probably would call. The other moms, they'd all them. You wouldn't imagine what I just seen. You know what I mean?
Like
My
that
mom would
scene
do
in
that for
Christmas
sure.
Story.
Yeah, what? Yeah. And what was that? Because he said,
said-
fuck, right?
Oh,
No, he's yes, but he
But I
didn't
didn't
say
say
fudge.
fudge.
Yeah.
Where'd you
Yeah.
hear that word from?
Where did you hear that word? Wasn't it his dad from the
Yeah.
tire?
Yeah.
Because they were trying to change the tire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or no, is that when he first said it?
That was the moment he first said it. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but then his dad, he learned it from his dad because his dad
Yeah.
said it all the time.
Right. Oh, fuck. What a good movie. I see why they play it every Christmas all the time, all
yeah.
day. All day.
It's like
dude.
24
All day,
hours.
Oh my
isn't it?
god.
Yeah, dude.
On ABC Family.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Or TBS. I remember being on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Took a break from Tyler Perry, like TV
Thank
shows
God.
and
Oh dear
Do you
God.
guys have
Tyler
cable
Perry.
though?
No.
Fuck no, I don't
We
have
just
cable
stream.
either. Streaming here too.
Yeah.
I was listening to something today, and I guess like 100,000 or 200,000 is like good for a TV rating for how many people are watching on cable TV.
used to have to be millions,
Wow.
I think.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, no, it used to be like 22 million. You had something successful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, because that's all there was. Again, we're going back to like social media. There's more to consume now. There's streaming. Because back then it's cable.
Yeah.
You had to have cable or a set of bunny ears to get anything. You know,
Yep.
absolutely crazy. It's crazy that we still have antennas, honestly. And then now they're all souped up. Like, have you bought one of the newer antennas?
No.
Antenna TVs, that's it?
Yeah, like the little antennas you can buy. They're like a flat, square-looking thing, like this thin, about this big around. My dad has one. I got my dad one.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can hook one of those up, and you'll get some local channels and stuff. You'll get
Okay.
Fox, CBS, and they're cheap too. I mean, they're like $20 or something.
Okay.
You can get ones that are smaller or bigger. You can get ones that you can attach to the outside of your house still, and you'll get more signal. And then you can go to the website. I think it's on the box, or you can find it somewhere, and it'll tell you based on your coordinates, your location, where to place it in your house to get to the nearest tower.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good. We used it a couple of years for like the Super Bowl, or like big events going on, like Olympics are on right now. I know a lot of people are
Right.
fans of the Olympics, and I think that's on like NBC and stuff like that, right? I think NBC
Something like
owns
that.
the rights to Olympics. Can you see if NBC owns the right? Yeah, am I right?
Rights.
Okay.
Wow.
The rights to view these
Yeah.
prime athletes.
Yes. Literally freaking mentally break down over there with all these rules and regulations and no fans and
Yeah. Or get, booted from the Olympics because you smoked a joint.
No,
because you smoked a joint.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, they're penalizing her for something that's going to slow her down.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's some like old white dudes that are just like, weed makes you run faster. I know it.
I know it does.
it makes
Yeah.
you superhuman.
Why else would she have done it?
You know? Like, really?
God.
But, at the same token, it's, I don't think that, I think, I guess the decision to ban her or whatever from what the original one she was going to go in, yeah, if it's a banned substance, it's a banned substance. You knew that when you smoked it. You probably shouldn't have.
I mean, yeah.
But the second one that she could have joined was a relay for Team USA, and they still said no. Her ban would have been lifted in 30 days, and she still would have been able to compete in the Olympics, and they still said no.
Oh, God.
That is what made me think, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, it's something just like work. Honestly, right now, I could walk into work tomorrow, I could get dropped, I could get fired. I know that. That's my responsibility. I'm a janitor. I can go get a job tomorrow. It's in high demand right now, but that's the deal. I could get fired. So if I was in the Olympics, smoke a joint, they drop me, I know there's a chance that I might not be able to perform. But when your ban's lifted, you've done your time, you've done your whatever, your suspension, and they still say no? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then imagine a loved one close to you, they die.
Yes.
And then you're like, you know what? Like I've heard that people get some relief from this substance, so I'm gonna give it a shot. And then
Yeah.
still,
Well, are we going to be
No,
that
give a
naive?
fuck.
Are we going to be that naive? I heard that this substance can. I mean, come on,
okay.
come on.
I'm
Like
just
she
saying.
never smoked ever.
Well, I
don't know.
heard that marijuana will help me relax. So.
That's what WebMD said.
Yeah, that's what WebMD said. This'll work
I
for me.
also ate this whole bag of Doritos in 10 minutes.
Boy, I packed on some pounds.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I don't think you should be banned for smoking a joint. I really don't.
Yeah.
But I just got to play the devil's advocate and be like, but it's the same thing right now. I don't have to smoke a joint right now,
Yeah.
but I could still get fired.
I think it's a dumb rule of theirs. And
Dumb.
Needs to be reevaluated. I mean,
I agree.
things change, times change, and like, you don't need to keep like the whole concept of like tradition is kind of weird
Yeah.
because it's like you have to keep things a certain way.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like, change things, adapt. The world changes.
Like
Change.
sports.
Yeah.
Right.
And who can participate in sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think the whole thing is kind of dumb, especially when like how she found out about her. What was it? Was it her mother that passed? Right. I think it was
Yeah,
her
it was
mother
her
that
mother.
passed.
Yeah, it was her mother.
Yeah. Like
I believe so.
from a news reporter. Like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah, that's
That's
fucked up.
insane.
It's rough. I'm not saying that, I wouldn't want to go smoke a joint or something either.
Yeah.
Like, I fully support. I think you should be able to.
I'd probably do worse.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
God.
There's that could go all avenues,
Yeah.
there. And that's what, is it Simone Biles? Is that her? No. Is that the one that just dropped out of the Olympics?
Oh, the
Yeah.
gymnast?
Yeah, the gymnast.
It must be Simone Biles.
Is
She's
that
the
her
only
name?
one I know about.
I think so.
I think she's the only one anyone knows
How she
about
kind
right
of
now.
stepped aside, because she just felt like she wasn't in a good mental state to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
that's fine.
There's a bunch
She's
of
already
people-
won gold.
And there's a bunch of people giving her shit over it. And it's like, you realize if you're in the wrong headspace and you're out there doing that kind of stuff and you fuck up one time,
You're done.
you're done, dude.
Yeah.
And just because you're in the wrong mindset, you being in the wrong mindset can derail everything.
Yeah.
And you just think of that one time while you're going through your movements, you're like, oh, shit, bam, break your arm, leg, whatever, Why
Yeah.
don't people understand that?
Yeah. It's the whole thing with like mental health not being taken seriously.
Yeah.
And just asinine that it's not taken seriously, and people kind of just like laugh at it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I think it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Do you think do you think anxiety is more as like a mental health thing, or do you think that's more of like something else? Like, what would you classify as anxiety as?
Like, what is the something else that it could be?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
being
see it as a mental health thing.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might not be, but it kind of is, because you have to use a lot of mental capacity to talk yourself out of one, like an anxiety attack.
Mm-hmm. And then some people, like have it like all the time. Like
I couldn't imagine that.
There's like anxiety, like certain situations cause anxiety.
Oh.
Like if you're in a room with a bunch of people, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
will get like anxious for that. But sometimes people are just like always constantly anxious. So I definitely think that's a
GAD.
mental health like issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be situational, or it could be like chronic and always going on.
Does anybody else in this room get anxiety?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My anxiety is like it feels like I have like something sitting on my chest,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I have to keep taking these breaths, and then my heart kind of starts going a little bit faster because I'm thinking about all this stuff, and I'm thinking it's something else that's wrong with me. I'm thinking like, dude, what's wrong? Why can't I breathe right? Why does it feel like my chest is like a rock right
That
now?
cortisol.
And
And it's just a positive feedback loop.
yeah, it's like you're constantly talking yourself down out of it. You're like, no, dude, it's just anxiety. You have to, but what if something? So then, whatever you were having, for me, this is just for me. So then, whatever I was having anxiety about that may have initially started it, I don't even know what it is anymore, because now I'm thinking that I'm dying,
Yeah.
or I'm going to die, or something is like making this happen.
Yeah. Then you get on WebMD and you look up.
No,
the
I never do
symptoms.
that. No,
Make
because I've
it
done that
worse.
shit before.
Not anymore.
where I first discovered anxiety, I never felt anxiety before. I worked a job. That was it. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, jobs will do that to you.
Yeah. So I worked this factory job at S.C. Johnson, and it was the most god-awful, boring, monotonous job you could ever do. Like, they had one position that was box flipper. You literally stood there at the line, this box would come down, and once it would hit the flat surface, you had to flip it.
Oh God.
And that was it.
That was it.
Wow.
And then you'd rotate to another mind-numbing position, coupon drop, where you would sit there and watch all the boxes come down the line. If one didn't have a coupon in, you dropped it in. That was it. And then the one other position that there was a couple more, but the other one that paid like, I don't know, 50 cents more an hour was quality check. And you'd go out to the line every half hour, grab 2 boxes, and you'd go through your checklist and make sure the bag looked good.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And you'd sit in the break room for 12 hours.
Whoa.
Dude, I did that job, and I thought I was going to die. Like, I literally, that's where I started feeling like this pressure. I'm like, what's going on? And it was because I fucking hated being there. I was locked in this break room for 12 hours every night. And it was night shift, too. So it was like, there wasn't even anybody else around that would be coming in the break room that you could talk to. It was just you.
Wake up
For 12
dreading it.
hours?
For 12 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I thought I had heart problems. Like, that's what I thought. I didn't know what anxiety was. I mean, I knew what it was. I heard of it, but I didn't know what it felt like. I went to the freaking hospital. They put a heart monitor on me. I went home for like 3 days on a heart monitor. And they're like, no, dude, you're fine. There's nothing wrong. It's just anxiety. I'm like, fuck. What? So you're telling me there's no, like, you're not going to send me home with something that's going to take this away? Like, it's anxiety.
No.
It's got to be what it is.
No, you gotta take Lexapro.
I don't take shit. I don't take anything for it. So it's kind of like a lot of nights where, wife's sitting there kind of like, rubbing your chest a little bit while you try to fall asleep. Because you can't fall asleep. If you're in the middle of like really high anxiety, you can't fall asleep. You can't just sit there and relax, go to sleep.
Yeah, your body's like, I need to get away from something.
This way, right? Yeah. Yeah.
You need to stay tense.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just good.
We'll just keep going that way. Yeah. But it's a really intense feeling. I don't think people understand. So I can't imagine what it feels like to be like bipolar. Like, I mean, I don't know if any of you are, but, what does that feel like? Like, do you know? Is it one of those things where you kind of know that it's happening, but you can't stop it?
I haven't been diagnosed with bipolar, but I do take lithium, which is like,
From batteries? No.
yeah, same stuff. Dig it out
Same
of a mine
shit.
and squish it into a pill.
Well, you should be over there in Saudi Arabia and shit, or whatever that is going on, Syria, where that's why there's a bunch of like lithium and stuff over there. That's
It's just
Okay.
over there.
yeah, it's just over there. That's
Over there.
that's a big reason why the fucking United States and shit is over there.
Is it Bolivia where Elon's trying to hawk all
Believe-
that lithium?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
there's lithium mines.
Batteries are the
His
future.
family, like,
You need
built
lithium.
on
Tesla,
lithium
man. Batteries.
mining.
Did you?
Elon Musk's heading the whole fucking defense. United States. He's like, we just need lithium. So you take lithium, which is a other
Yeah.
prescribed medication, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I do have, like, phases where I'll have, like, this mania. It feels like someone gave me, like, a stimulant in my sleep right before I wake up. It's like I feel, like, super conversational. It's like I'm a pretty, like, reserved person. It's like sometimes it's just like I can't shut up.
You can't
And
shut
it's
up.
like
Yeah.
I feel good. Like, I feel really good in those moments, and then usually it'll crash, and I'll feel really, really bad.
And then you just like, it's like you've had your fill of being around people and talking, and now you just like, now I need to be alone.
Right.
Type of
And
deal.
yeah, it's just like over time, looking back, it's like you can see there's these ebbs and flows.
But you didn't notice the ebbs and flows before, but then you say looking back, you kind of notice them now. So now do you kind of see it when it's coming on? Like when you wake up, you're like, oh, I'm going to have a really good day.
Yeah, like I can sense like a sense of mania. Like if it's there, it's like, oh, I know this is like mania.
Right.
It's like I should take advantage of this.
Yeah. Like this is, yeah, I should take advantage of today because I better get some, whatever you've been pushing off. You're like, oh, today's going to be the day I can get that done.
And then other times, it's like the depression is just so bad. It's like I don't want to leave my room. I don't want to get out of bed or whatever.
So what do you do to kind of cope with that? Play video games or?
Yeah, video games. Brendan's usually up to play some Halo or
Oh yeah.
whatever.
Well, it's good to have a good support system too.
Oh yeah, I've got
You know.
some really good homies in my
Yeah.
house. So.
That's why it's always good to let your homies and let your people know around you what's going on.
Yeah.
Because how are they supposed to help you if you never tell anybody?
You got to be vulnerable, like, especially when you're living with like a group of like friends and all that. Like,
Especially friends and stuff.
yeah, like those people are your friends, and I mean, they want to help you and all that. Even though it might not like always feel like that, because I know like I get into like situations in my head where I'm like, oh, everyone's like annoyed by me and all that.
You'll think that.
Oh,
yeah. In
yeah.
your head, you're like, everyone's got to be annoyed by me right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I should cool it.
I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest
It's
thing.
like I just can't be seen right now. I don't want anyone to
Yeah.
wish
Well, that's
lose.
how I
I'm not
feel,
gonna
yeah.
talk to anybody.
Like,
'cause it's
I don't
just
want
gonna be-
anyone to look upon me at all.
Yeah.
I don't want them to acknowledge my existence.
But it probably comes more maybe after like you were kind of ousted on a group decision, and then but that you're really fighting for. Would you say that would be like a time where you're like, oh, they're probably annoyed with me?
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's just like
Like you just think you've been annoying?
yeah, it could just be it could be like completely random, like could have like a great time and all that, and like the next day it's just like
They think I'm annoying?
yeah,
Isn't that kind of regular though? I feel like it has to do with hormonal cycles.
yeah,
So males and females definitely go through them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it's others more so than another, but I don't know, because I always feel personally, being someone with female chemicals, a slew in my body,
Yeah.
I definitely feel like high and low, like at a regular kind of interval.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like extreme high and extreme low.
Yeah,
And I feel like it has to do with cycles of testosterone as well. That's all.
yeah.
So the same thing like with your basic. Are you comparing like testosterone and menstrual cycle?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. That's kind
Yeah.
of what I imagine. It kind
Yeah.
of goes and then it flows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's times when there's a lot of the well, you know, whatever sex hormone.
That's just
in
the
your
first
body.
thing I thought of when you're saying ebbs and flows. So I mean, I don't
Yes.
know if that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you meant. You don't have to accept that, but
I mean, yeah, because menstruation is not entirely, but pretty much a hormonal thing. So,
Right.
yeah, I'm kind of making a comparison
yeah,
for visualization
I can see that.
purposes.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
For visualization purposes.
Or conceptualization.
Is he saying that like men will essentially have like a cycle that like kind of coincides with their mood and like the sex hormone, like the
Yeah,
testosterone?
I think so.
Okay.
You guys mind if I do this, or would you rather me? I can hit this thing.
Oh, I don't mind. I was actually wondering, like,
Oh,
can we smoke cigarettes inside? It's like I've never done that before.
oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Would I be able to bum a cig from
That's
you?
fine. I figured you probably left them outside.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm just gonna bum them one.
Cool. Some noops. Thank you.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, but I guess I can see that like as a good comparison. But how does it work for the testosterone then? So you think there's like, see now I feel like I'm tearing away from where you're going. But do you think there's like a cycle for kind of men too with testosterone?
I think so. I
think
it's
so?
possible. Yeah.
You think it's possible?
I just remember, and this is going off of what I learned in human sexuality, one class I took many years ago.
Okay.
But I remember talking about how all hormones like can, you know, go in like a certain flux, you know, a certain cycle, including like androgens.
Was this in high school or college?
Oh, this was college,
College.
GRCC.
GRCC, nice. And then so in that class, did they go into whether like it is true that like, or do you say it's true that if you're around like another couple females and stuff that your cycles sync? Is that a myth or is that true?
Yeah, we talked
Either
about
in
that.
your experience or from proven.
Well, the only person I've had experience with in a living situation would be my mother and sister. But my sister's a lot younger than me, so pretty much just my mother. And I could I could always tell when mine would be by when hers was, but I don't think they were ever really synced. It's just
So never been in like a working
Random.
situation though, because I'll hear about that.
Oh,
Like you
no.
know, like a bunch of women work together every day. They see each other all the time. So then their cycles kind of sync. So I'm wondering if it could be like something where, let's just say we're going on this.
Mm-hmm.
we're still not saying this is proven fact that men have a cycle or whatever. But let's say they did. This, unless it is, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that they did. I wonder if like you're married, if your cycles sync.
oh,
So then you're both kind of irritable at the same fucking time.
ooh, someone do that experiment.
Someone.
But I think people.
And maybe that's why guys be like, "Oh, she's PMSing," because you're fucking irritated at the same fucking time, but you think it's just because of them.
I know for females it
You
has
know.
to do with like pheromones. They supposedly say like that's how these things. That's how the synchronized menses or whatever is enacted is through pheromones, and I think human pheromones are kind of pseudoscience, a little bit. Yeah, I think.
By the sense. Yeah, you can like get pheromone stuff, like from like Pure Romance and all that kind of stuff. You can like get pheromones. I'm like, what the fuck?
They're
a
like
love
deer
potion.
pheromones.
I'm like, is this not just another form of perfume?
Exactly.
Is this just not perfume for
Aphrodisiac.
down there? Is that what that is? You know?
Probably.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was the human, yeah, like you said, human pheromones. Like I thought that's like something that you fucking are like you attracted to, like kind of like a subliminal thing. Like you
A
just
subconscious smell.
yeah, and that's why some people might just smell terrible to you, but not to somebody else. You know,
Right.
like I can detect. The only way I can describe it as mothball and old people smell. Like a
yeah.
motherfucker, dude. Today at work, just today, there was a truck driver. He was outside. He was waiting as the guy was high-low driver was unloading his truck, and I was going by with a bag of trash, and I go, "What the fuck?" And I looked at the high-low driver. I was like, "You smell that?" I was like, "Smells like mothballs and old people." he's like, yeah, like he didn't really smell it. And then the guy came inside. He walked right past me, and I was like, "It's that fucking dude." So he was over there talking to him, and then the guy walked into his truck, and he looked back at me. I go, "It's him." After he left, he's like, "Yeah, I can smell it." But yeah, that fucking shit just, oh.
It's the smell of age on him.
I've only heard it described as like mothball though, but I've never actually gotten mothballs to smell them to see if that's the smell I'm smelling.
Yeah, I've
They need
never
to make
encountered
smell-o-vision.
mothballs.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
And it correlates with old people because a lot of older people would put them in like their clothes and stuff.
The wardrobe.
In like if you're storing it in the attic or in their closet that you don't go in, it'll keep like spiders and shit away, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Actually, that's what
bugs.
my parents do.
Dude,
Yeah.
they probably smell like what I hate.
They don't do it with their clothing, but like
No.
they my mom bought a farm down in Pullman, and the
Oh,
barn is very old. I think
Okay.
it's from like late 1800s.
Oh wow.
So old, and there's like bats and mice and all of that in there. So like when they store like cars or like they have a boat, so whenever they store like vehicles or something where you know you would be sitting in it, they would throw like mothballs in there to keep like pests out, and it actually worked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
they hate that smell.
yeah.
yeah.
Guess I'm a pest. I don't know.
I don't like that smell either.
No, it's a terrible smell.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine being around the actual mothballs at that moment.
Oh
It's
no.
probably putrid, like just ugh.
I remember I had to. My first car was a Mini Cooper, and the engine blew on it. And it's currently still at my mom's farm because they're gonna like fix it up and just keep it for like a
What year is
summer car. It was a 2003.
2003 Mini Cooper.
Yeah, yeah. The reason I didn't fix it is because I guess the transmissions were known to go out. It was like a. Do you know what a CVT transmission is?
I've heard of it, but I can't tell you. I don't know shit about cars, but I've heard of that.
So it's like
Continuous
a
and
trend.
variable,
What was that?
continuously variable, right?
Yeah. So it's like a band inside the transmission, and that band produces like infinite gears. So it was supposed to be like a newer take on automatic transmissions, but they did it very badly, and they would just go out on people. Like that band would snap.
So basically, you need like a whole new transmission.
Yeah, because it's a sealed unit, so you can't crack it open without like ruining the whole thing. So I was like, I'm not gonna fix the engine because the transmission's gonna go out soon anyway.
Right.
But back to the main point, I had to get something for my car. It was actually one of those CD cases that we were talking about.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I opened up the car door, and it's just like mothball smell. And it's just like, it was, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta let that shit air out.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm like, I'm never opening up this car door again.
No, it's funny because I experienced it at work just today or whatever, or yesterday. And what was it? 3 days ago, I went and bought this little 22-inch TV that I have out there for Jesse now, so he doesn't have to like crane his neck to see what he's searching for on the TV or whatever. Dude, the guy pulled it out of his van. Fucking mothball all over. He's like, oh yeah, I had it in my camper for a while. I was like, dude, you probably got mothballs in your camper or something, dude. And dude, I immediately handed it to me. I'm like, oh. I had to put it in my car, ride with it all the way back. I'd leave the windows down. That shit, like, it's like stains, man, for a while. Like, that sat the TV out there for 2 days. 2 days I had the TV outside before I brought it in.
Smell does stain. That's
Doesn't
why when
it?
it smells like poop in your house, it's literal poop particles that are
Like
infusing with all your
particles.
fabrics.
Oh.
When you smell someone's fart, someone farts and you smell it, you're breathing in poop particles.
Poop particles, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Oof. I don't know, man. So it's like you walk into a bathroom, somebody's pooping, like you're just breathing. in
Yep.
poop
Oh, yeah.
particles.
You're
You
coming
could-
into contact with those particles.
You could probably swab like.
I come
any
into contact with
surface.
so much poop particles then in a day, being a
we all do.
janitor. No, I clean bathrooms every day. So yeah, I probably got the most poop particle. I'm the poop particle champion. Yes. Remind me to turn these sounds up after the podcast. Yeah. We need a belt now too. We're just gonna have to steal Jeff.
Right?
Yeah. Damn it. This, Jeff Haffer from Nagazi. I think they performed that night with Hold the Blood, didn't they?
Yeah.
He's got a fucking like, dude, this thing's like legit belt. It's got some weight to it. We got a picture somewhere of it, and yeah, like it's like a whole like WWF like whatever World Heavyweight Championship. It's legit. It's legit as hell. We need one. Damn it.
Poop particles. Gee.
Poop Particles champion. Who's? It's like I can't imagine how much poop particles now that I take in a day. That's
Kyle, you lost camera
which was who?
too.
Which is
Two.
Brendan.
Right across from me.
Did I?
It's me.
Oh. I gotta plug it in.
Camera too.
I got it.
Here I am.
Here I am.
I've returned.
I forgot to plug that one in. Oh, cool. But
Poop
for
particles.
some poop particles, yeah, we're on poop particles and how much poop particles I take in a day. Damn it.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. No, for some reason, I had this random thought during there. I'll be like, so how much poop particles you take in? Imagine being like in like eating competitions and how much food you consume in that one time. Like being like, who's the champion hot dog in the
Oh,
world?
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. Wait, is that really his name?
Yeah, it is. No, that is.
Wow.
Infamous.
It used to be an Asian guy wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
You can't remember his?
Hero something.
Yeah. Imagine that dump after.
Oh, yeah, for real.
That's a lot of like just beef.
Just
I think he
and
did
they're probably
75 this year.
what is it? What is it?
75 or 76 hot dogs this year.
Yeah. 75. And are they all beef at the competitions?
Oh yeah.
Are they? All beef hot dogs. Okay.
So much
Well,
garbage.
that's better though. I wouldn't want to that's what the kind of hot dogs I get is the beef kind.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Those are the best.
Yeah, I'm not buying no bar S. From,
You know, ballpark.
yeah. Well, I guess yeah, ballpark or Oscar Mayer. I prefer the bun length too, if I
yeah.
can. But you can't get those in like the huge packs. Like
Right, it's specialty.
yeah.
Gourmet.
You got to buy just the 8. Pretty much. That doesn't come in like. Well, we've recently became Sam's Club shoppers now.
Okay.
You ever shop there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
My
dude.
parents
Love.
did.
Hell yeah,
You go
dude.
to like the little cafeteria and get
Yeah,
the pizza.
The samples.
Dude,
Yeah.
the samples
Oh.
everywhere. All this, but the biggest thing I'm noticing obviously is my wallet, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm getting my bang for my buck here, buying like those 24 count fucking hot dogs and shit. Like you would just be coming home with like this big ass, dude, we would come home with big ass boxes, you know, like the size of the cereal boxes there. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck is
right.
this?
50-pound bag of goldfish.
Yeah, no shit. I'm like, what is this, dude?
Wait, how many pounds?
50-pound bag. No, I think it's probably exaggeration,
Oh,
but
yeah. But I bet there's something close.
there is.
Maybe 4-pound bag.
Yeah, it's like basically because we buy them for my girls. Yeah, it's like a big old carton, like it's like the milk carton style, you know. It's like a huge ass. They got those, and then they got the ones that has like 2 different bags inside. That's how it is for the cereal. They got the 2 different bags inside. But I was like, what is this? I was like, that is the biggest box of Reese's Puffs I've ever seen. I love Reese's Puffs. What's your favorite cereal?
Your favorite cereal?
Whoa.
Ooh. Oh, Frosted Mini Wheats.
Frosted Mini Wheats.
Yes.
Those are a really good choice.
For sure. So good.
You know, honestly, I'm a big Captain Crunch guy.
Captain
or
Crunch.
even
I was gonna say
like
Captain
the
Crunch, too.
off-brand ones.
The
Yeah.
off-brand
King
one?
Oh,
Vitamin.
Yeah, like any of
What?
them.
King Vitamin, you remember that?
Maybe.
King Vitamin.
It was
What?
like
No.
it was like Captain Crunch without the berries, and it just basically tore the shit out of your mouth.
Yeah, it cuts up your mouth for sure, but like it's
Yeah.
worse
Now,
for me.
now I will say because Captain Crunch just has the original Captain Crunch, which is just the
Those
corn
tan
puffs.
bits.
Yeah. Now those taste different than the ones that are with the berries.
Right, the crunch berries. You get
Yeah.
The crunch berries
berries.
with the yellow corn puffs. The yellow corn puffs taste different in that cereal than they do on their own.
Yeah.
Do
I
they?
don't know
Yeah,
what
they
it
do.
is. I don't know
They
what
do.
it is,
I've
but
never-
But on their own, they are bomb, dude. I could eat those.
Yeah.
They're
Just
good.
yeah, they're good. So what's yours?
I like Captain Crunch as well. I really like the Oops All Berries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have yourself some Oops All Berries in the house.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Trix
guys are-
is great too.
Trix,
Like if
oh,
I'm
yeah.
feeling
Trix?
really saucy, I'll buy a box of Trix.
Oh, that's your
the
saucy.
shapes and like
They don't do the shapes anymore.
smell- They do. Get,
No,
they
they
did
don't.
The shapes.
They do?
They switched back to the shapes recently.
They
I
did?
feel like last time I went, I saw some Trix with shapes.
Shapes.
Wow.
And like I always loved the shapes.
Jeez.
I
Magic
figured it's just because I
tricks.
became an adult, so I couldn't see it no more.
You became the rabbit.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
I always felt bad for the rabbit.
Oh,
Did you?
same.
He deserves some tricks. It's so mean.
Yeah.
It's so mean.
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he do? What was
I
the
don't know.
vendetta the kids had against
Right?
him?
Like, Jesus. Maybe because it would be, like, bad for him and he would have
Jesse, can you
diarrhea.
find an old Tricks commercial with the rabbit? So we have it on
no.
there for reference. Yeah. But
Early
that's,
2000s.
I guess I can't really remember, like, the whole premise of the commercials. I just remember You Silly Rabbit, Tricks for Kids. But I don't remember the rest of the commercial.
So like the rabbit would always be trying to eat a bowl of the cereal, and he would be like running away from the kids. And the kids would like
He
somehow
would-
catch him.
Okay.
Get away!
He would
Yeah.
dress up and scheme and try to
Yeah.
get kind of like the Lucky Charms guy.
Yeah,
Lucky Charms
exactly.
guys is trying to like get away, and these kids are like doggedly pursuing him.
They're just running after him.
Trying
Imagine.
to physically stop him from consuming the cereal.
Yeah, no shit.
It's cruel.
I feel like with the kids and the rabbit, they're kind of goofing around, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing serious there.
I know.
But
but
imagine,
sad.
now
Still.
imagine if he were to bring up a clip and then they had just like pitchforks chasing after.
There could be a serious film about this, sure.
Oh, here we go.
we got
94.
one.
94. Wow.
This is before my time.
Yeah, on me.
Fruity Tricks.
Tricks?
It's a part of this complete breakfast. Mmm. And it's just for kids.
This sticker will make it just for rabbits. Sweet, colorful, bursting with fruity flavor. Finally, Tricks is mine.
Yours?
Tricks are for rabbits, see? Whoops.
A sticker. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Now you can stick your name on all your stuff with fun trick stickers in
Dude,
white
that's so
boxes.
great.
Boiled again.
I love bright fruity tricks.
Tricks?
It's a part of
Yeah.
That's
Great.
That's some good propaganda.
Getting the stickers in there, and then you're sticking them on everything, dude, too.
Do they still do like toys in a box and cereal?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Not really.
I think you can just get promotional information now.
It's like scan this QR code and get your free like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a tablet or a smart. Both my girls got a tablet. You know, one's 2 and one's 4, but they have a time limits on them.
Okay.
Because I love that with the kids' tablets or whatever. You can set like go on the parental controls, so they get like 3 hours a day max. And sometimes they don't even use it. Like some days I'm like, here, take this for a little while. Get away from me. Like, you guys have been up my ass all day, or we've been playing all day. We've been outside all day. You guys just, or sometimes we're inside and they just don't even think about it. But I think it's because of the time limit. You know, they only know they have so much time on this tablet. And a lot of times, you know, the youngest one, she'll just walk away from it and it's just sitting there playing, and then the time gets used up because the screen's
Yes.
still on. But yeah, everybody's got something to like scan some sort of like QR code or something like that, so you can bring up some app. I noticed Chick-fil-A, when you get like a Happy Meal there, they give you like a book every time.
Oh.
They give you a book.
Yeah, it's like a little activity book or something
Okay, that's
that you
fun.
can do with your kids. Like, and
Okay.
it's not just like a toy, I guess.
Okay.
So when do you think that I noticed earlier you said when we were talking about sports, you said like or whoever can play the sport. So I was assuming you were talking about trans.
Yeah.
So when do you think they're gonna stop saying for a boy or girl at McDonald's?
They still don't. They don't. They still say it.
I
They
ran
just say,
into
Here's
it.
the child's toy.
No, I ran into it. Yeah, they're just like, it's
Interesting.
for a boy or girl.
Interesting.
I don't know. I've not had a
Do you
situation like recently where I ever had
But
I was ever asked that question. But when would they stop doing that? I don't know.
do you think it's is it still technically? I guess you know, I'm not. I know you guys are probably way more knowledgeable in this subject. That's kind of why I'm bringing it up. So maybe you guys can drop some more knowledge. But to me, I guess it's like, I guess you wouldn't want to say it because of people that don't identify as any. Is that why you wouldn't want to say it? Because if we were just strictly talking about trans, then you'd be transitioning from boy to girl or girl to boy. So
Yeah.
would you still want to know what toy to give them?
Well, I think the criticism would be like, it really shouldn't matter. Like, it should just be
Yeah.
a toy.
You could
Like,
just
you don't really have to set in or
So you're saying like,
specify what toy someone should, given this identity we've given you, have to play with or have to like or something like that.
yeah.
Barbies should just be a toy for everybody. It's not
Yeah,
a
I
girl
think so.
toy.
Right.
Like, oh, you're playing with a girl's toy.
I mean, you could just simply ask like if McDonald's has like, let's say, like a Barbie and like a Hot Wheels car, just two random toys that I could think of that
Yeah.
one's seen as more feminine, one's seen as more masculine. Instead of saying, do you want a boy, do you want a girl toy, you could just say, what kind of toy would you like?
Yeah.
I think it would be simple stuff like
Do you want
that.
a doll?
Barbie or car.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
It is.
anybody can play with any of those toys. I mean,
Now, me, as personal as the prototypical straight white male. I didn't like, but I noticed
Yeah.
that's what they said, and I
Yeah.
was like, Now my big idea. Now remember when everybody was on the bathroom kicks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can't go in the bathroom. Can't, could be sexual predators and all this, right?
And there already
Which-
could have been.
Which
so-
there already could have been.
Yeah, they're
They're
just there
definitely-
with your son instead.
But but with social media and everything now, everybody knows now all of a sudden. That's what we were talking about earlier. Now everybody's just scrolling, so now everybody knows. Like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah.
So it becomes this mass thing, right?
And it's just
Why? Go ahead.
I feel like it's just also just the age-old association of, someone who deviates from the sex gender norm is, a pedophile or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, like they're automatically just thrown in that group.
Yeah, there's always that
Because-
consideration. I feel like throughout history, so it probably lingers.
Well, throughout history, you go like ancient like Greece and all that stuff, and
I
like
mean,
like they like before like civilization crashed, everybody was obsessed with genders and your identity and they got to where a point there was like that's all they talked about, and like it got to the point to where kind of where I feel like if you look at it, it's kind of like where we're heading, where we're just diagnosing and separating and just like it's like genres of metal where you're like, where the fuck did that come from? You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's there's so many different subgenres. And
Circle
you
of
just,
Dead Children.
yeah, and I'm not making. I'm trying to make a joke, but it's a bad joke maybe. But it's just like it keeps getting like separated, and we're just nitpicking and this and that until and then. But that's kind of what happened, and then like
In ancient
civilization.
Greece?
Yeah,
I'm not really familiar with that.
it's like like I heard about it, and then I listened to like another podcast on it just to kind of listen to more. And I suck with retention, guys. I'm honest.
Yeah.
But I remember like just like the main kind of things that are going on. But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that goddamn point now. But
Ancient Greece and gender influx.
yeah.
And
My main thing
civilization.
was to go back to the main thing was the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Why didn't they all just all go unisex?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Dude,
like,
what?
oh, that's the
Like,
thing.
why? All
not
you
a
gotta
big
do. This is the solution. All you have to do, right, is knock down the walls between the bathrooms. You have your stalls. Make the stalls walls with a door to go in.
Yes, please.
Leave the sinks as a community sink.
There
Guys,
you go.
guys and girls and whoever and non-binary and all that. You can wash hands together, right?
Right?
You don't need a private bathroom for that, right?
Yeah.
You're at a public place, so I mean, if you want to do your makeup out there, I guess go ahead. But it's a public place. You just knock down the stalls. You put the walls around them. You eliminate urinals. You don't need them no more.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't need them no more. You just put in 2 more toilets because the urinal is gender specific, right? Right?
You can pee in both of them.
You can pee in both of them. So you eliminate them. You add 2 more, 3 more toilets, however many, with walls around them and community sinks. And
Bidets.
And
Yeah.
you solve.
Bidets, yes.
And what?
And bidets.
Oh, bidets. Oh, you want bidets added?
Absolutely.
That's what you think?
That's the bathroom of the future.
Yeah? I've never used one, dude.
No?
No, I've never used a bidet. You guys have one on your toilet?
No, we're
but
going to.
You're going to?
Yeah.
How much are they now?
Shortly.
I think you can get like, what, 2 for like 150.
2 of them for
Yeah.
150? Have you ever used a bidet, Jesse?
Nope.
Nope. You ever plan on using a bidet,
I
Jesse?
don't know, man.
You still need toilet paper though, right?
Not there yet.
Because you have to dry, right?
No?
No, you just air. You just
Walk away dripping?
You,
You let it drip dry. You sit in place for a minute.
you just sit there and drip dry? Really?
Yeah, for a minute.
Yes.
No.
Or you can take 2 sheets of toilet paper. And
Well, you see, I can't sit on the toilet that long, or else I'm gonna get a hemorrhoid. So
I feel like it happens pretty fast.
Yeah, it's not, I feel like you're not using that much water where you're gonna be just like dripping constantly. I feel like it's just like
Flooded the
It's
bathroom.
just, it's just running
Like,
down
it
your
just-
legs.
just like a little quick little.
It's just water.
No, really
You don't
just
have
some
to
quick little
stay.
bits of water is going to take care of those never-ending wipers that you get sometimes with toilet paper.
Oh.
You never
Okay,
had one of
maybe-
those where you're just wiping and you're wiping and you're
yeah,
wiping and you're
yeah.
like, why is there still shit here? So you stop, you relax for a minute, you're like,
Maybe in that case you can flood it.
and then you go back. Yeah, because you're flooding, man. But you don't know because you have no paper to check. So you can be walking around with a dirty asshole and not even know until you start itching. And then you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Maybe oh shit, exactly.
Yeah, you might have to have toilet paper as prophylaxis.
Yes. Yeah. See, but I don't want to find out until I start itching. So I have heard the toilet paper to dry because it's also a good check to make sure it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Aren't, like,
dry
the-
paper.
So then you
alone
just
will-
basically, huh?
Oh, dry paper alone, I guess, will like never get your butt as clean as like.
Oh, like a
water
wet
will.
wipes or something
Yeah,
too?
Or like water, so you just
You
dry
can't
toilet
flush wet
paper,
wipes.
There's always gonna be some poop particles left on your butt.
Right. Yeah, there's gonna be some, but that's particles. We're not talking about when you walk around and you start kind of like, I didn't wipe good enough. Either that or I got a hemorrhoid. You know, that's kind of, you know, the only two options there if your butthole starts itching. Kind of. Come on, we've all been there, damn it. We've all been there.
It's true.
You're like, oh man, so you got to go revisit. So when you revisit, you're just gonna revisit with the bidet, or you're gonna like, you know, pull out the artillery and have
I
a
guess
little
that
wipe.
you would do both.
Use them both.
You could do
Yeah.
both.
Thankfully, you can have both.
We can have both.
Exactly.
Que no los dos.
Why not?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, what was that commercial for?
Tacos, right?
Yeah.
It's hard shell and soft shell.
Was it like
Or-
Oh yeah.
Was it like El Paso tacos or El Paso?
I don't know.
I don't know. That
Jesse, you should look it up.
They
So
come in
fact check
boxes.
this. We can have both.
I think it's like the flat bottom
Yeah.
taco shell.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like you can
right.
stand up.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it
I
was.
think.
Yep.
We can have both. Yeah.
Que no los dos.
Yeah.
Why no both?
I've seen some meme where they're going through Taco Bell and they're giving the drive-through person liquor and then saying how they got fired, and then they fired them for doing their slogan, which was Live Moss. I thought that was pretty great. I'm like, yeah, dude, that'd be some shit I would have been doing when I was that young, working in a drive-through. Like, hell yeah. I used to hate it, man. When people would come through the drive-through smoking a cigarette. I'd be like, that's all I want now. Yo, trash needs to go out.
Where did you used to work?
For drive-through
Yeah.
was Tim Hortons Cold Stone.
Okay.
Ooh, Cold Stone.
Yep,
Stone.
yep. We had the Cold Stone Creamery ice cream
Okay.
inside with the same, and along with the Tim Hortons.
Okay.
So I got hired in right when Cold Stone came in because they needed more people. So they tried pushing me to ice cream, but I wasn't doing that singing shit, especially for 10-cent tip. They're like, you have to sing whenever they put a tip in the cup.
Hell no.
And people would do that. They'd deliver. They'd be like, 10 cents. And then you'd have, I'd have these people that are younger than me that are still in like high school choir and they love to sing. Like, oh, we'll sing. Oh. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not doing this shit. What's up over there with Tim Hortons, bro? You know, like Tim Hortons is right. It's all the same. Like
Yeah.
Tim Hortons employees are right next to us. We're all wearing basically Tim Hortons gear. So I'm just like trying to smoothie my way over more to like the donuts, bagels, and I got over in drive-through. That's where I excelled because I went on that till, right? I went on this till and I found every button in there that nobody knew about. Like I had like add ice. And there were, people were like, what the fuck? Where was that? They'd be seeing it on the screen, you know. They're like, bro, you don't even have to tell me no more. I'm like, fuck no, bro. Gotta
No
bring the till.
contact needed.
Nothing. Just let me run this till.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, I loved
Oh
it.
my gosh, I used to work at a Big B that also
Oh,
had a
yeah.
drive-through. And just, it was so nice not having to like shout out the entire order to somebody.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Dude, and that's all I would hear all the time. You know, they're shouting out the extras, like, no, she wanted the, like, you know, whatever they wanted, whatever sauce or whatever thing that they couldn't find in that till that wasn't right there. That all they had to do was hit the extras button or whatever it was. You know?
Right.
Take the time out of your day when you're slow. You know, when you're slow, say, hey, I'm gonna look at this till real quick, and just go through it. That's what I did. You know. You just diagnose the shit, and then we'd be on it, man. We'd be on it. People would be coming through. We would know like their orders before they, because there's you get all your regulars, especially at a coffee place. You got regulars that come through every day,
Oh,
especially
my
in the
gosh.
morning,
Yeah.
right? You worked mornings,
Yep.
or did you work afternoons?
I
Mornings.
worked all of them.
All of them, right? Yeah, I did too,
Yeah.
but primarily, yeah, I went to mornings. Yeah, and especially when you would start at like 5 in the morning at Tim Hortons, because we were there open 24 hours.
Okay.
And there'd be like the 5 to 1 shift, and you go in just all regulars. So you'd have their shit ready before they even hit the window. And then bam, bam, we were going for like, you know, the lowest drive-through times we could. Were you timed on your drive-throughs?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, if it got like too long, where they were waiting like, I don't know, 5 minutes, then it would be a problem. But there's no
course
timer or
it'd be
anything.
There wasn't no timer. See, we had a timer right on our wall, and it'd be like 1,
Wow.
2, 3.
I've definitely seen that in like a Taco Bell or something.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
You guys never worked fast food?
No.
I worked at Jimmy John's.
You worked at Jimmy
Yeah, the
John's?
computer had like a little timer, but like nobody really.
Oh, really? It would time
Yeah.
like how long? It would try at a time, like how long you're making sandwiches and shit. Really?
Yeah, and it's like most.
'Cause they're supposed to be
managers didn't
freaky
seem to
fast.
care, and It's like we got it freaky fast enough. You know? Like no one died.
Freaky
no one
fast
was
enough.
hungry. Yeah,
Can't get too freaky.
right.
Can't freak people out.
That's great, dude. So, all right, let's bring it back. Let's reel it back in. Because the main point, or well, not the main point, but one of the points I was going to bring up too about, with sports and transgender. How far do you think it should just be, that's what they transition to, at any point in time? Do you think there should be a time since you've transitioned to get off of, say you were male to female, to get rid of, like, you know, a lot of your testosterone and stuff, to get to more where a female is before you compete?
That's an interesting
How
idea.
do you feel about all that? Because I like, you could talk about like UFC, and I just, you got some dude like that was a dude, right? They transitioned, and they're gonna go in a ring with somebody that's been a female all their life, and like that's recipe for disaster.
I don't know. I feel like there is.
If it's right away, but now if there's some sort of time, I don't know.
I feel like there's a way that you can redo like the classes in any sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't know much about like UFC or like wrestling or anything, but I feel like there has to be a way that you can regroup people into like different classes, other than, you know, like weight versus height. I don't know what that would be.
But even in football, you have 350-pound, some are almost pushing 400-pound men running at you.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like, to push you down, to get past you. Like, that's, you don't think that's, like, at all, like...
Well, I really think sports should be like, the division should be by like your size and like muscle mass, or like.
Yeah.
I feel like
Real-
we have the
so weight
technology
classes.
to something like that, but maybe even
boxing.
more specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like we have the technology to be able to discern those things and like be like, oh, these people could compete and it would be fair.
I feel like maybe a weight class type thing.
Yeah.
There would be a lot more that goes into it than just weight, though.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. I just don't know what that would be. Like,
I think it all comes down to how long since you transitioned.
I mean, maybe.
But the only problem with that is then you're going to have kids or people that might be, they don't know. They don't know what they want yet.
They fucked up when they separated sports by gender. If it was just about the sport and
In the
who's
beginning,
best at it.
in the
Yeah.
beginning of time, you mean, like since it
You can't
began.
tell me that there's
Right.
not some girls that can kick some guys' asses.
Oh yeah,
Plain and simple.
for sure.
So they should just be about the best at that sport, not if you're white, black, male, female, tall, short, whatever. Like,
But I'm thinking more about like just overall genetics and just how you are built, male versus female. In quotations.
Yeah.
Over time, is that a debate whether that's like disproportionate? Is that a debate or no?
Whether what's disproportionate?
In size, mass, muscle.
Oh, between the sexes?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's well documented.
Yes.
yeah.
I don't see how you can still just throw them all in there, even when it started.
Right, I
Really,
mean,
that seems brutal to me. Like they're gonna, probably trample over you if the sizes are just not matching. Because you got to think at least.
then you're not the best at that sport.
Then you're not the best at that sport,
Yeah.
so you find a different one. So you just say, "Fuck it, figure it out." Basically, yourself. Like you can try, you can go in. Yeah, all are accepted.
Yeah.
You're gonna figure out whether
Yeah.
or not this is for you.
That's one beef I have with sports, especially, is like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say this in a negative way, but I hate when they're like, the first black athlete or the first Asian American or we're trying to be one. We're not trying to separate everybody, but yet we put someone on a pedestal for becoming the first something different. Like, why don't you say, here's another awesome person that did this? Why does it have to be the first and then you single them out?
Yeah. The first American to do a triple axel.
Right. Why
Tanya
can't it just be
Harding.
like, okay, this person just did it and they joined this group of people. Who gives a fuck where they're from or what they look like? They've all done it,
I agree,
Yeah.
and I think that's why it should be based on like size, so you don't have people killing each other. But like everyone can still just participate with other people.
Right.
Yeah, and if you get rid of like the division between like men and women's sports and what he was just saying earlier with everyone competing together, I mean then everyone knows basically what they're getting into. Then I don't think you would have to.
But to me, it seems like you're gonna figure out that you're gonna go right back to how it was. You're gonna have your select few. I think the women that can hang. I guess if you want to put it that way. I think there's certain positions in let's just take football for example. Field goal kickers, for sure. Why can't that be a woman? They're not even getting hit.
Yeah.
Maybe once in a while. Quarterbacks, you could even say that. Maybe even running backs. Down in the trenches, probably not. Those guys are like 350. Those are the ones that everybody brings out as a big example, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
But there is certain positions I think that they can play, and just like you were saying, make a big deal out of something. Then they make the big deal out of a woman being the first coach, or first not coach, but referee in NFL. Well, I think that was last year or something like
Who
that.
cares?
Like-
Because that should have been a thing a long time ago.
Why can't they referee? You know what I mean? Like, you're just a ref. Like, you're just out there to diagnose what's going on and making sure everything's legit.
Right.
Like, a lot of times when they say that, I wasn't even aware that it wasn't a thing before. Like, really? They haven't been refereeing? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like, just let them do it. Why not? Why has
Yeah.
it got to be a big thing?
Well, I think
Why wasn't it a thing?
I think that's the reasoning of why it is a big thing in the first place. Like if so and so is the first black female athlete to do blank, to like ref or something. I think the bigger issue is like why wasn't it a thing? And I think that being the case, why it's such a celebrated moment is because it was like never done
Don't
before.
get me wrong. I'm not trying to take away from that because I do understand that, but I also feel like to a certain extent it divides us more.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
It brings more attention. It's like you want less attention on it in order for it to go away, kind of thing. I personally think it's all time, and there hasn't been enough time yet.
Right.
You think about our parents. I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm 30. My dad is 50. He was born 1964. Black and white fountains
Yeah.
were still a thing.
Yeah.
We're not even our parents aren't even we're not even a generation out of that yet. They're not even gone yet.
Right.
Yeah.
They're still here.
Yeah.
That's a big population too
Yeah.
of all
Not
these.
that long ago.
Yeah, and there's still
Wild.
the great grandmas and grandpas still around that are in nursing homes and or not. Maybe they're still great. Like there hasn't been enough time to even flood that bloodline out of here yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah.
And the more people like our generations raising our kids to act right. Act right. You don't got to say these words. You know, like there's a local band right around. They just kicked 2 of their members out because they just couldn't stop dropping the N-word. It's just a thing that they say. It's,
original meaning wasn't associated with color.
oh, that's my favorite one. The original meaning, yeah. Or isn't it?
Real Ben Shapiro types.
Oh, you know, it's you don't have to say that. Like it's not. You don't have to say that for that word. Even it's not an excuse. So the more and more people like us that are raising our kids to act right, and then you have us in that generation, and then our parents will eventually be gone. That generation moves out. We are now replacing that generation. The generation we had are having another generation to teach their kids. It's just gonna phase out. It's time. We are just living through it,
Yeah.
through the shittier periods of it, just like our parents did, and then their parents, lived through where it was okay, and this is our period, and we just. I mean, in a way, you have to accept it because there's nothing we can do about time.
Right.
Time is one of those things you can't change. You can't take shit back. You can't go forward. You can't pause and just live in the moment. You can try your best. You can take some drugs and shoegaze for a little while and stay in that moment. But you can't change it. So you have to almost come to a realization of this is the time that we're in and accept it. And just, you have to wait. Not to say you should just accept being blatantly racist too or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But as far as goals and advancing and, stop racism.
Things take time.
They take time. And I feel like, yeah, keep fighting. Don't make it seem like it's nothing. But the expectations of everything's going to get done, it's not. I don't think it is. All those people that I'm referencing to are sitting in those chairs that are going to make that law or make that decision. And they won't be gone until they die because that's how it is in the government in those seats. They have it forever.
Yeah.
There is no term limits on that. So it's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's so weird to think about how, like, generations from now, people are going to look back on the period we're living and, like, just clump it together in a history book as, like, 1,000 years that this was going on.
Yeah.
Like,
No
oh
shit.
my God.
No shit.
Like, I want to see it. Like, what is it?
No
What?
shit.
Man.
That's crazy to think about. Yeah, because we're, here we are talking about this time that we're living in. It's going to be like a paragraph. A fucking paragraph, dude.
I just can't wait to see like memes and art history books.
Oh, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
man.
like I know I'll
It's
see
already
that
starting.
in my lifetime.
It's already
Really?
starting. At least with, like, when I took some marketing classes up at Ferris, in one of my marketing books, there were memes.
Oh, yeah, there's memes in
Goodness.
anthropology books like mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teaching
Yeah.
you how to meme with marketing.
Especially linguistics.
A beautiful world.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
I would be really interested to see what you know, in 100 years, what people think of our time now. Like, is it going to be the same way that we view people 100 years ago from like this point?
Right, like barbaric. Just
Right.
What were
Yeah.
they
These
thinking?
people are like awful.
Yeah, what is the thing? Yeah, people will point at and be like, they got that so wrong. I can't believe they got that wrong.
Yeah.
People say about us.
Like all of a sudden everything's colder. And they're like, fucking, why were they talking about global warming? It's fucking an Arctic fucking land out here.
Yeah, there's a second. Yeah, there's an ice age
Yeah. No shit.
because of climate change.
Yeah.
LOL.
Like, no, it did happen, but that was just the paragraph you missed. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, that's crazy to think about. Yeah. Like, yeah, and how often are textbooks updated for like elementary schools and shit? Are they like every year, like colleges?
Don't know.
The contrarian in me wants to say probably never.
It's a
Right.
mystery. They like to keep it a mystery.
I don't know, because I remember seeing some like textbook for some like middle schooler or high schooler
Every
where
5 to 7 years.
Every 5 to 7.
5 to 7. There was like a little description about the Trail of Tears and how instead of saying, you know, the Native Americans were forced off of their land and like brutalized, it says like, oh, they willingly gave up their land and
They
moved.
agreed to give
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So like, I wish I knew where it was. Let me see. if I
probably
can
somewhere in the south.
If
Oh
you can
my
get the
God.
links, if you find the links,
I think it's
let us know.
Alabama.
We'll
I
have
feel
Jesse
like I've
pull it up
seen
on the
that
screen.
before.
It's Mississippi, maybe. It's unfortunate that we can identify it that quickly, but I mean, I don't know what it is.
That's
but
crazy, though.
That's what I would guess.
But that was just in a certain school district, is what you're thinking? Is what you're saying?
Like Mississippi,
Okay.
likely.
Okay.
Somewhere in the south. I know there's some hoopla about creationism in schools.
You know what's funny? Whenever I think about the South, I don't think about like white people. I think about black people. I think about like Southern cooking.
yeah.
That's what I think about. I don't know if it's like maybe just movies and stuff that you watch like through the years when they reference to like, you know, that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I think,
guess.
yeah, like
I
being
mean-
like they were slave states. That's how most black people got here.
Right.
So it makes sense that'd be associated with that area more so, or affiliate.
But you know, but then shortly after that thought is rebel flags and all, you know, the rednecks and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I more think of. when
There's
I
just
think.
the South with people in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be I think a harder one for people to eventually just say, like, you know, don't like regard race and stuff like that. I don't think it should be an issue, but it's more black and white. More to your face. You see it more
yeah,
so.
yeah.
You can clearly see that you are a different color than I think that'll take a lot longer for like just to be like, don't see. You see those people in those arguments of using the N-word and stuff. I don't see color.
Right.
I don't know if we'll ever be to a point where we don't see color, but I think
Yeah.
we'll get to a point where it doesn't matter.
I think that we'll get to a point where we group people in a different way so that maybe it won't be based on that
What
kind of
groups would that
phenotype.
be?
I have no idea.
Rich or poor?
Maybe, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I think humans have more of a tendency to group things.
Oh yeah.
It's a-
Yeah, we do.
yeah.
We will.
And
We
you
do.
will ultimately regroup into different groups. It'll still always be groups. That's why
Yes.
there's political parties that are just groups of shithole people.
Yeah.
And you know, what do you guys think about like third parties and stuff? Why don't?
I definitely think that they would be helpful and that they're important because I feel like the two parties that we currently have are so similar.
Did you vote off party last or just one of the two? I voted off party. I'm done. I can't do it no more. You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer which
No,
one,
no,
especially. I don't want you to. But I voted off party. I'm done. I'm not going with the two party. I'm done. I'm just going off party every year.
We were really hoping for Bernie. We were really
Yeah.
jonesing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, he was went on Joe Rogan too, and I listened
You're
to that whole thing.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Same. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
More politicians need longer form. I hate the fucking 5 minutes and you're done.
Oh,
they
yeah.
gotta spit out their
watches
fucking
the
bullshit.
news? Like, they can't do debates on the news anymore. That's silly.
sound
that's-
Do it,
bites, looking
yeah.
for sound bites.
Stream it and do it like in a podcast form where they have to like sit at a table or something.
Or just
Yeah.
have one, you could do your debates like that and then also have your one-on-ones where they have as much time as they need to explain shit.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
How are you going to choose somebody to like run the country when they have 40 seconds to answer a question during a debate,
Right.
and they have like 10 seconds for a rebuttal? Like, how are you going to decide when you? It's
That's
just
enough.
That short.
That's enough. Moving on. They'll start just reading the next question. They're still talking.
Yeah.
It's just whatever advertisements resonate with you, then that's what you affiliate with.
Got to throw in
It's
some
just-
buzzwords.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And then not follow through.
Yeah.
Like typical. Like there's still like right now even there's still the kids in cages. That was a big thing. We're gonna get
Yeah.
them out of there. They're still there.
Yeah.
They're still there right now.
They just
Yeah.
they rebranded it, I think.
Gonna
Instead of
Kamala
cage-
Harris came out and said on live TV, we'll legalize marijuana. That ain't happening.
No.
I mean,
She
not for
said it.
another
Did you
20
watch
years.
it? Did you see it?
Oh yeah.
You did? You remember?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. She
Yeah.
just said that.
The top cop.
Yeah.
Top cop.
The one that put she was ruthless. Ruthless, dude.
Truly.
Like highest incarceration rates in
Yes.
the country. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
More
We'll
than New
legalize
York?
marijuana. Fuck you.
It's like, what do you? Yeah. What is that called? No, grifting or wait.
Called trying to get votes.
What do you guys want to hear? All right.
Yeah, we'll legalize marijuana. Everyone's like, hell yeah. All right. Fuck it. I'll vote for them. You know?
virtue signaling. I
Virtue
think.
There,
signaling.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. I couldn't believe it. She just threw it in there right as it was getting cut off, going to Pence or whatever. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, they're just pandering
Oh yeah.
to everybody. Just we'll tell you what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's give them 3 hours to actually explain what the Biden plan is, or the Trump plan, or the whoever the next candidate is his plan. Okay, I want to hear what it actually is, not just your cliff notes on your prompter or whatever they told you to say.
Yeah. And if you don't follow through on things, then it's pointed out that you've not followed through. And then if you still don't follow through, you forfeited your position, my friend.
I think if your approval rating is below a certain percentage, there should be like a revote.
It's like everyone hates you, so
Everyone.
Everyone fucking hates you right now. The
hell out of
people
here.
fucking hate you.
Yeah.
It's time for a revote. Fuck it. Why not?
Just have politicians
Exactly.
campaigning perpetually.
And it could work in your favor or not in your favor,
Isn't
just
that
like
what
every
Trump
election.
does though? Isn't
my
he
God.
always campaigning now? Because he's always doing rallies.
He started his own
Rallies.
social media thing and took it down, and then he started another one, I guess. I don't know.
Parlor.
Parlor?
Parler.
That wasn't Trump, though.
No.
That was just considered a Republican.
No, he just made it his thing and got it killed. is
Yeah.
basically what-
yeah. Because
The poor guy who owned Parlor was like, fuck.
well, ever since Trump became in office, if you said identified or you said I'm a Republican, you're automatically a Trump supporter.
I think Mitt Romney did a good job at deviating from that though.
He tried.
Yeah.
Well, he tried to run the 1 year against Obama, and then he lost.
Oh well, yeah. But he was like one of
But-
the only Republicans to like.
That would, he would kind of
Like-
stick out of the mold a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, if you
Over there with his many wives as a Mormon.
Yeah.
Binders full of women.
Yeah, he goes through his binder full of CDs, but it's women. Who was my wife tonight?
oh my god, gross.
Oh, I know. Weird. But I mean,
Just
if
'cause
you can
it's
run the
Mitt Romney.
country, though, if you can run the country, I whatever. You got 9 wives.
I
I'd
mean,
want
yeah,
them.
you can have, as long as the situation is consensual. That's all in good fun,
Yeah,
I
but-
suppose. But it's just Mitt Romney.
Well, what is
so it's
that?
gross.
Polygamy or something like that people say when you have many
Polyamory.
partners.
Polyamory.
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 I think it's It might be a different term for like Mormons, though. I don't
I
know.
mean, that's polygamy.
Yeah.
You marry the other
Wives
one.
specifically.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
marriage ritual.
Yeah.
The
Well,
tiger owners.
the what?
Or that one guy.
Yeah, that one tiger owner.
Yeah.
The tiger owner?
What was that show, Sister Wives or something? It's like, is this televised cheating?
Oh yeah. Well, even like The Bachelor and Bachelorette too. It's just all these women or men. Like after one person, they're all
It's
in the
so
same
weird.
house. Like, this is so weird, dude.
So weird.
We're all trying to get with the same chick or the same dude. Like,
People watch that shit.
it's weird.
It is weird.
It's
My
like a little
sister
experiment.
loved that growing up.
Really? Oh
And
boy.
I remember just seeing it on the TV, and I would get anxiety. It's just like,
Just thinking about
oh
it.
my god, like, this is too much.
Yeah, dude.
This is way too much.
It's crazy.
Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Yeah, fucking tigers. Speaking of tigers, Tiger Keg.
Tiger Keg.
Tiger Keg.
Tiger Keg.
No
Tiger
affiliation with Tiger King. Whatsoever.
Tiger
Yeah, what
beer.
was the thought behind that? Did you guys think about that at all? Tiger Keg,
that
Tiger
was-
King.
It was pre-Tiger King.
Yeah.
Was it
Came
pre?
out with
Okay,
it.
so it was
Yeah.
pre Tiger King.
Yeah.
So when did you first start? When was your first show as Tiger Keg?
2018?
2018.
2018?
2019,
2019?
I think. It was in the fall of 2019, like
Fall of 2019. Oh, that's why you guys got
September,
screwed
August,
then.
I think.
No, I think
No,
it was
it was
2018. It was definitely
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Because you had a full year of shows under your belt
Yeah.
before
Because the other
Corona.
Greek Death show was 2019, I believe. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And your next show is August 13th
Yep.
with the headliner is shoegaze. Is that what
it's-
it's shoegaze music?
Shoegaze is a genre.
Okay.
So we've got Greek Death, Catherine's Clumsy,
And Coastal Car.
and Colster Cars. Yeah.
Do you have anything planned after that?
We kind of started talking about it. Nothing set in stone yet.
So what are you guys trying to do? You guys trying to do like eventually like maybe like a monthly show, or are you trying to do more than that or less than that, or like what's the goal?
We've always kind of just like done shows when we feel like
When
it.
just when
Like
you
we'll
feel
just
like it?
think of like, what if we did a show with like this local band and this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can put it
We'll
together.
start
Okay.
putting it
All right.
together, yeah.
More
Let's
just
do it.
way
And then-
chill. Just way chill. Just like,
Yeah.
you know, just keep on the lookout, because when you get a show, it's going to be a good one, because you guys have been like, all right, let's try
Yeah.
playing this out.
Yeah.
We'll craft this. That's kind of like me when I'm like, if I'm going to do a show, it's not like it's not like the podcast where like, you're going to get a podcast every week. You know, it's just I'll do a show. And it's going to be good because I don't do very many.
exactly.
You know. Well, that's cool, dude. I'm. This has been a great conversation. I think
Truly.
Yeah.
I
covered a
agree.
lot of topics. I feel satisfied. I hope everybody else does. I think. So how can they get a hold of you guys, or how do they know how to get to the show or go to a show that you guys are putting on?
They can follow us on Facebook.
Facebook.
And Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah. And
Is it just at Tiger Keg?
Tiger Keg DIY?
Yeah, Tiger_Keg_DIY.
DIY.
Yeah, on both Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, that's good. That's important to keep it the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, just if you know us, find us, and we'll tell you about a show.
Show up.
Yeah, just show up.
If you're a
Show
real
up.
head, you'll come.
Yeah.
We'll have our oscillating fan here on standby if we need it. Those are some of the best shows, though. They really are.
Oh yeah.
And people really enjoy them. And I really enjoyed this time with you guys. I'm glad I met you guys too. And it was awesome. We do a group